this is John Kvale, and this is your March 2017 podcast video, Tax and Financial Planning Review. I don't know why computers do this, but my laptop suddenly could not find my camera, so I've had to jigger things around. You're not going to see my face to start this one out. We'll have it next time. So here we go. Let's jump right into the March review. I've got some neat stuff here, some good reminders here. This is obviously from the Post. And so the first thing, that's tax season. And the neat part about highlighting these first three items are the health savings account. If you have a high deductible health care plan, you can potentially do a health savings account. It doesn't phase out. It goes in the front of your 1040 and it rolls over, meaning that you don't have to spend it all. I'm fine with folks having this. We're going to have medical expenses in the future. The neat thing, I digress a little bit, the neat thing about all three of these is we can do these now, and it'll help our 2016 taxes. A SEP is a Simplified Employee Pension, is the fancy word for it. Basically, it's a souped-up IRA, and it's set up for non-W-2 income. So if you have some consulting income of some type, your adjusted gross income off of that, you can do a SEP. And then a cool part about the SEP nowadays is we can actually make a SEP contribution to your IRA. Give us a shout if you have a question on that. IRA, oldie but a goodie. If we fall through all of the abilities to do an IRA, do one as long as it's deductible. If it's not deductible, don't do it. And for various reasons, it's hard to get those funds out of there. When we retire, it's quite a bit of a hassle. I mean, it's better than not saving, but okay, moving on. Here is, and this is from a post that we did this month. Costly tax mistakes we're seeing. Property tax incorrect year are not getting credited at all. The general sales tax, we were seeing this missed. One of the softwares out there is defaulting to that off. Why? I have no idea. Missing basis. Everything has a basis and of some type. It could be $1, it could be more or less, whatever, but just make sure you don't have zero in there. And then, as we mentioned before, the SEP, missing a SEP contribution. So if we have the ability, now if we wrote our income down to zero or we don't have any consultant income, no big deal. But if we do have some sort of outside income, you can look at doing a SEP against it. All right. Now, so let us know if we have any questions. This is a pretty cool chart. This is basically LIBOR, which is a little bit ahead of the Fed funds rates, but this shows basically the Fed funds rate back in 16. I don't know for those of you, that went from basically 0 to 25. Again, the LIBOR stays a little bit ahead, but the capital markets in December 2016, the capital markets were in January, February, March, in 15 to 16, January, February, March of 16. And now, then we've had an increase, and we've had another increase, and capital markets are looking pretty good. So why would it affect us back here and not up here? Well, I think, and I agree with we've quoted this chart quite a few times. This is just a really good concept that we actually think is occurring, and that is that rates can be too low. What happens is this is just basically interest rates by J.P. Morgan, and they're saying that if rates get too low, once rates come down, let's just exaggerate and say this is 10 and this is 0. And once rates come down too low, what happens is it stifles or it puts a muzzle on output. This is output. And the book will be written 5 years from now, but we've been way down here in this low interest rate environment. And yeah, we'll have to pay more on our loans. We're going to have to pay more on borrowing costs. But as rates increase, we also make more on our money as well. So it's a win-win. And our thoughts are that maybe when the book is written, when these rates were so low for so long, it did cause a little bit of a real output push or muzzle. So I'm going to keep this one short. We're going to have a video for the newsletter coming up as well. If I can get all my computer stuff working. We hope you enjoyed the March review. It's tax time. Tax time. And at the beginning of this, I said, spring has sprung, March begins, and guess what? March Madness and baseball season. Then we also have March tax season. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your video and your watching and your time. Have a great day. We'll talk to you in April on the review.